what's going on around the planet. Because this topic that I'm going to be talking about today, it's exciting. You will learn something that you never thought was happening right underneath our noses. Well, today we're talking about how the RAND corporation or organization wants to destroy Russia. Hmm? This organization are hired to create policies, and then these policies are pushed. These policies becomes an ideology and are pushed to the rest of the region in the West. This organization creates policies that are to be applied against nations around the planet. We will also be understanding why Alexei Navalny, the CIA agent of supposed Russian descendants, was poisoned back in August 2020. Russia was accused of having poisoned the CIA agent. As you all know, ended up being a false flag. Still, um, NATO, the European Union, sanctioned six Russian high officials and a chemical research center over the Alexei Navalny poisoning. Experts say if Navalny had been poisoned at a hotel during his flight back home, the plane's occupants would have also been poisoned from the nerve agent gas. No one was reported with any side effects. Hmm? So a false flag. But still, those sanctions, what happened? How come they haven't removed them? All they want is to damage the economy of Russia. The RAND Corporation is a strategy cabinet or a think tank of hundreds and thousands of people who gather to think about strategies in science, in the scientific area, social area, military, economic, and corporate media. We are talking about persons who place the idea of what music you like, what television programs you should watch, what food or diet you should go into, liquor or soft drinks, in what fashion. Everything you consume is because of these corporations. In this case, what the think tank is designing is the policy that the Department of State will apply against Russia. Decades before, this corporation is not new because they have been working for NATO and the US for decades now. Decades before, they created a strategy to bring Maduro out of his presidency. It hasn't worked, but remember the plan. They also developed a plan to get Viktor Shanugovich out of the Ukraine presidency, and instead they put Petro Poroshenko in there, and now we have Volodymyr Zelensky. The same happens when capital nations interfere in Africa and Central America. This is, but today we're talking about Russia. You wonder what country pays the think tank? Well, it's not a president, it's corporations, transnational, multinational corporations, financial institutions, hmm? Because they want access to resources, to natural resources of each nation. The corporation is pleased to be one of the most trusted agencies, intelligent institutions in politics. This report also says that the RAND Corporation feels proud to have been a participant in the Cold War, to have created the policies applied by Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher. According to analysis who knows this cabinet, Russia remains one of the primary enemies of of these corporations. Rand Corporation is designing a short and long-term economic, political, and social strategy. With the help of the US government and its allies, they immediately want to stop the flow of energy from Russia to Europe. They want to find a way to start declining the flow of petroleum and natural gas as soon as possible. Now we come to the reason why they have been wanting to stop the Northern Stream for the last 3 years. Because what they want um, it's for the it's for North America to sell petroleum to Europe. But if Europe was smart, they they wouldn't, because either way they would end up with one country feeding them all the natural resources that they need for winter time, and they would be attached to that country. Hmm? The third way they have thought of destroying Russia economy is by promoting immigration. Hmm? The United States wants to rob Russia of all its high educated, qualified youth. This is called brain draining brains from from a country. An example: a country such as Venezuela, who publicly with public funds sends pays the education of all of their citizens. So then this how does it work publicly? Well, we all pay taxes, right? So with the taxes that we all pay, um, kids, youth in Venezuela can go to school all the way to college, university. So eventually they end up with a PhD, with a master's, with a BA of associates, right? So that money, it's an effort for a nation with sanctions, with, let's say, somewhere between 200 to 300 sanctions on them, to have millions of kids um, go to college and get a PhD, an associate's degree, a BA. But then we have Western countries who they know this information, and then they say, well, by now they should have certain amount of people who are educated. Let's begin the process of visas. They open visas for certain certain people educated, and then they take all those people from those nations, and then all the effort that the nation did to get these people educated is in vain, because it has been stolen. It has been stolen by other nations, right? So all the smart people go somewhere else. Hmm? Okay, let's continue here. The Rand Corporation is also thinking of designing politicians such Guaido, right? That type of politicians, or Navalny. It's another person that goes against everything the government says. So what do? They create chaos. At the end, they get finance, and somehow they end up with a small group of people, and also the ideas that have been designed by the Rand Corporation. So those ideas are implemented, and then people are start to believe the lies that these politicians, how can I call them? What type of politicians would they be? Would they be, well, this would be a corporate politician, right? So this corporate politician begins to say, "Oh no, those ideas won't work. They're just exploiting you. They're using you," and then they create discontent within the nation. and then we have riots, and then we have uh, terror on the street, because then people start burning things, businesses get broken into, people get shot at. So that's another way. So how many ways? We have four, five different ways already. They, and this corporation is trying to tell us something. This corporation is trying to tell us how the U.S. is not really, it doesn't really care much about democracy, right? Because look at this plan. We have these intelligent people, the think tank. So, but instead of using them to create harmony around the planet, to create an idea, an ideal way for all of us to get together, they're planning on how to rip off some country, how to destroy their economy, how to get them against each other. Hmm? And this has happened in Central America, in the Middle East. Hmm? This happened in Asia. Well, let's just hear. What was it? Hong Kong? In Hong Kong, when all those riots happened during the summer? Hmm? That's the same idea. That's the same idea. Well, my friends, we I just think we should be opening our eyes, because the Rand Corporation, it's telling us exactly what they're planning, hmm? Point by point. I'm sure by now it's clear in your mind how NATO, it's not an organization of peace, but an organization of weaponize. It's an arm. It's a weapon. Hmm? Well, my friends, this is the end of the video. I do hope you have learned something, and don't forget to share this video with other people. Don't forget to help someone, to help someone along the way. Hmm? Don't forget, you might be the only one who does. Have a great weekend. I hope you're enjoying your Saturday. Enjoy the rest of it. Till next video.